I went to go fix my hair. Okay guys, hey guys. My name is Carolina. Welcome back to my channel if you're not new. And today I'm going to be talking about my due date being changed. And if you guys see me in the same clothing, that's because I am filming several videos in one day because I've been backed up and I wanted to get it over with. So I'm not going to upload them in the same day, but I am going to film them the same day. My hair is going to be a little different in the thumbnail, but I put it up. But anyways, so this is going to be my 34-week update, and I say that because I don't know if I am 34 weeks or if I'm actually more weeks, to be honest, because my doctor changed my due date. Okay, so if I was to be due in September 5th, if you guys have not watched my videos, my initial due date because of my last menstrual cycle was September 5th. So the doctor was going based off of that the whole time. And then the ultrasound technician and the specialist of the ultrasounds, that doctor was concerned because he thought that the baby was either growing too small or my due date was behind. 2 weeks, only 2 weeks. So today I am 35 weeks, or I'll be 35 weeks on Monday. So it is very confusing. I'm so confused. I still in my mind think it's September 5th, my due date, but I have like 3 different due dates, okay? And let me tell you why. According to my last menstrual period, my due date is September 5th, okay? I did go to the ER early on in my pregnancy. I was like between 8 and 11 weeks pregnant. I forgot. Hey, excuse me. All right. Around that time, I forgot. But they did measure the baby through an ultrasound to make sure everything was fine, and they did diagnose me with like a few things based on that ultrasound. But they also got my due date, which would be September 19th. The third due date is September 23rd, which is the one that we're going based off of now. I feel like the most accurate one would be September 19th, but September 23rd is the due date we're going now. We're forced to now because in my mind it's September 5th. Okay, and the reason why is because the ultrasound technician and the specialist, they measured the baby, so they measured the head. The head is measuring more weeks than I actually am, and the baby's head is measuring like my original due date, okay? But the abdomen is measuring my September 23rd week due date, but the leg bone, the legs are measuring a little less. I don't know, it's kind of confusing. So they measured the head, they measured the abdomen, and they measured the head, and depending on those 3 measurements, they calculate the due date. So he said that the baby was behind 2 weeks, so my due date could not be September 5th, okay? And so to me, it's very confusing because I don't know when I conceived. I kind of know around the time, but I don't know because I was on the depot shot, okay? So the last depot shot that I got was late December, so I didn't know I was pregnant, and it was all weird. Okay, so if you haven't seen those videos, go back to my videos and you guys will kind of be updated on that. So my kids are playing with water and their Hatchimals. Well, my daughter's Hatchimals, my son likes to play with her Hatchimals, and they're throwing water everywhere, which I have to clean when I finish this video. Anyways, I'm not even gonna look. These kids. So the other videos that I was making saying that I was like 31 weeks or 32, I was actually less weeks now, like 2 weeks behind. So when I was like 31 or like 32 weeks, I was actually like 29 and 30 weeks. Okay, so I mean it makes a big difference because it's like each week is a big difference. So I'm a little confused now. Hey! Keep it down. Thank you. So I decided to wait 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks. Well, 3 basically, because I'm 30, I'll be 35. I just waited for my actual 34 weeks to pass before I made this video and let you guys know that my due date is being changed. And I've been having a lot of Braxton Hicks contractions and a lot of menstrual like cramping, but you guys already know that I was having that since like really early on now because I was less weeks than what I did say. But they're getting more intense and they're like where the ovaries are, like that area. Just all of them, okay? So these cramps are getting very intense, and now that the baby's head is bigger, I can feel the pressure down there. Okay, so I'm feeling the pressure and my body just expanding down there. Especially now, I feel a lot of cramp. Okay, Liam, we went to another ultrasound appointment yesterday just to check on the baby's growth. Again, because we had 2 other ones and that they confirmed the new due date, and then this time they just wanted to see if the baby was continuing to grow. And the last time I think I told you guys the baby was weighing 3 pounds and like a few ounces, and now the baby weighs 5 pounds 9 ounces, and the doctor, because my due date is stretched to September 23rd, the doctor the specialist is estimating that the baby is gonna weigh 7, close to 8 pounds. And let me tell you that I freaked out because this is the smallest belly that I've had, but according to those numbers, the baby is gonna be the biggest I've had. Okay, because if that's true, because my daughter was born, she weighed 6 pounds 9 ounces, and my son was 6 pounds 10 or 11 ounces, something like that. And this one's gonna be like 7, 8 pounds. I don't know. And I want to go all natural because with my daughter it was natural, like vaginal, but I did get an epidural, which I regretted getting. And then with my son, I had a natural birth. Unmedicated, and I wanted to do the same with this third one, unmedicated, because I felt like the recovery was better. Although it's painful, and why should you go through pain? But I just prefer it that way. I'd rather go through pain, recover faster, than go through the epidural and then get like episiotomy and cut. I don't want to deal with that. So it is kind of scary, just kind of knowing that the baby's head is measuring bigger. And my due date is pushed back, like, more. Like, there's more time for him to grow a bigger head. and yeah, so I don't know. About the cabezota, I am so scared for my body. So if you guys hear my kids in the background, I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. It's just, I have to film sometime, right? And they're here, so I have to do it. And I'm having a Braxton Hicks right now. It's not painful, but I feel the tightening. And it feels weird when you breathe, and then he's moving, so it feels weird. Okay, that's so weird. It's Braxton Hicks don't hurt, but they feel weird. Like you feel the tightening, and it feels like the baby is like moving, but he's not. It's just your abdomen tightened, so you feel the baby's shape. As of yesterday, no, not yesterday, 2 days ago, which was on Thursday, the last ultrasound, not the ultrasound, the last OB/GYN, I was 34 weeks, I weighed 159. So I started off this pregnancy with 139. I weigh 159 now, so that is 20 pounds that I have gained, which is the least that I have gained in a pregnancy. With my other ones, I gained more than 40 pounds. Let me see if I wrote any symptoms other than Braxton Hicks contractions and cramping, like menstrual like cramping, not like a Charlie horse or a leg cramp. It's not like that, no, like menstrual cramping. Okay. Oh yeah, so I was telling you guys about according to my due date. Okay, so if I was September 5th due date, I would be 37 weeks and 2 days today. If my due date is actually September 19th, because where the earlier you are when they take an ultrasound, that's like the most accurate due date, and they had estimated it to be September 19. So if I am due September 19, if that's my due date, then I will be 35 weeks today. So wait, actually no, I would be 35 weeks 2 days today. Since the doctor is going based off of my due date of September 23rd, which is a few days after the 19th, I would be 35 weeks on Monday, which is tomorrow Sunday and then Monday. So I would be how long am I? So I am technically 34 weeks and 5 days today. But you know what? I kind of don't feel like my due date is September 23. I feel like the earlier ultrasound that I got at the hospital was more accurate. So I feel like it's more September 19. But my kids are never born on their due date. They're born at 39 weeks. So it could be that week before the 19th. Or at 38 weeks. So between September 5th and September 19th is what I'm estimating. But we'll have to see what day. It would be nice for the baby to have been born on September 5th because that is my birthday. And then my mom's mom would have been September 6th. She passed away a few years ago, but her birthday was September 6th. And my nephew, my cousin's son, he is September 4th, so we have 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Mom, you're calling this?
Yes, honey. And then my boyfriend's brother's baby, he was born September 9, so he'll be a year old, September 9. And then I have a cousin who's like September 16 or 14 or 16. And then I have another cousin, her birthday September 17, and my boyfriend's older daughter, she was born on September 19. I don't know any other birthdays later in September, so we'll see when the baby is born. We already estimated the days, so I am estimating the baby being born like September 10. So that's the number I chose. I just chose it because it's like between 5 and 19. It's not too close to 19, it's not too close to 5, so somewhere between there. But I already feel like I am popping. Every time I walk a lot, my bones, it hurt the day after. Ooh, that's a pretty sun that just came out. The sun was going down in the clouds, but the sun kind of popped out now. I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say for this 34-week update. My due date changed, so I'm technically now 34 weeks and 5 days. I'll be 35 weeks soon. I'll be full term very, very soon, and the baby is still coming in September, so we'll see how that goes. And I am so excited because the time is coming near. I feel like we need to nest more, but there has been so much going on I haven't set up. And so I'll keep you guys updated for my 35-week update, since I didn't talk about my symptoms so much of 34 weeks, but I'll keep you guys posted. And yeah, if you're pregnant, let me know how many weeks you are in the comments below, any symptoms you're having. If you're having a boy or a girl, let me know all the details down below. And if you got your due date changed, tell me if it was accurate, or if you went into labor later or before, or your actual due date that you had initially, or how that played out, because I'm confused. I want to think that the baby is coming before September 5th, but now I'm forced to think it's coming later in September. So I don't know. Whenever this baby wants to come out, he can come out. But he should come out soon, because the longer he stays in this panzota, he's gonna weigh more, and I don't want his big head to destroy me, if you know what I mean. Alright guys, bye.